Many people ask us why Timpview, why it's on the bond. Going back to April of 2017, we saw our first sign of building settlement, an accelerated building settlement at Timpview High School. We're currently standing in the library, the media center at Timpview High School. This was the location of the first signs of accelerated building settlement. We first saw our first red flag in April of 2017. Above a masonry column at the south end of the media center, a metal truss above the ceiling system started to settle. When it settled, the weight of the metal truss sheared a masonry block at the top of the column, causing it to release and fall through the ceiling system and hit the floor in the library.
As we discovered the cinder block, we investigated the pole up there, the pillar. As we got up there, we found that the actual pillar itself had moved. We were able to find out that up on top of the actual pillar, the cinder blocks, all of them, had moved in every direction. We were fortunate that no one was here in the library, that there could have been an injury. The cinder block falling from there could have really done a lot of damage, and we were fortunate that no children or kids were in the building.
This hallway leads from common area towards the south gym. And we asked just a few months ago a civil engineering firm to help us with what's called an interior differential survey. They took over 200 plus points to look at original floor elevations when the building was originally constructed to current floor elevations. This hallway is one example from point A, coming from Commons area, to point B, the doors leading into the south gym. A 5-inch slope has developed from point A to point B. We even have new signs of settlement within the past 3 months in this area as well. This location is just next to a stairway and just above the north gym in the dance hallway. This is another example of recent signs of settlement, even in these upper walls to the lower walls, with some significant slope in this hallway. And again, another reason that we've had the continued monitoring from geotech and structural and civil engineers. Many people ask us why we're seeing the new slope, the accelerated settlement. Timpview was originally built on a clay slope with collapsible soils. As we started the process of tracking the accelerated building shifting and movement in spring of 2017, multiple signs of movement were taking place in this south gym. One in a corner just directly behind me, pieces of masonry started to fall and crumble and hit the floor. Fortunately, again, there were no students in the area at the time when they fell. We immediately called the structural engineer, who began a new evaluation of this area as well. What he found with the masonry that crumbled and fell was a result of a pulling, again in a southwesterly direction, from the forces of the south academic wing settling. It's causing what's called a structural twisting in that corner. The reason that twisting causes great concern is the ceiling system, the roof system on the south gym is a very heavy concrete structure. The other sign of settlement has to do with that concrete roofing section, as pieces of the concrete have flaked off and plate-sized chunks of that have fallen periodically because of that shifting and those forces and that pulling. We're currently standing outside of the south gym area next to where the gym butts into the south academic wing. As you can see, again, there's new signs of movement, gaps from the years of building settlement. Another location where the geotech engineers have gauged the movement since we started gauging that movement about 12 months ago. We continue to see the signs of stress. This is one of the critical points, again, between the south gym and the south academic wing. These are some of the areas that are most visible for people to see the stress on the exterior masonry walls. Here, for example, is exposed rebar from the ongoing building settlement over the years. If we were to throw a tennis ball from here to my right, back over the south academic wing, we would be back in the courtyard and the south wall of the media center where we started this process. Again, another reason why we continue the ongoing monitoring of the settlement.